Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to My Voice, the podcast that loves to go in depth with individuals and topics externally and internally. We love to go in depth, be very introspective. You know, we're out here doing God's work, thinking for the people that don't know how to think, and it's okay not to know how to think, because that's what education is. Because I'm not the one to say that I'm the best thinker, but I'm the one to say that I'm taking action to think better, whatever the fuck that means, because our perception on what is good or bad is in a way illusion. Obviously, if it's unethical, like killing someone or different things, then obviously. But what I wanted to get today is thank you guys. First off, I want to shout you guys, and thank you for all the love and the support that I've been getting from creating this podcast, from adapting lives, asking questions, conversations, debates. It doesn't matter. The conversation is there, and that's what I really, really appreciate about this podcast and you guys, the listeners. I fucking appreciate you guys to the most extreme. I'm extremely grateful for everybody because, again, you guys know what you signed up for. I don't beat around the bush with things. And if I do, call me out on that shit, because I need the constructive criticism, and I need my listeners not to bullshit me like I don't bullshit myself. I was about to say I bullshit you guys because I don't. That's cap. But besides the point, I wanted to simply say that the reason why I say I don't like bullshitting anybody is because I don't like playing this facade as if I was a perfect human being, because I'm not. I have skeletons in the closet. I have emotions. I'm only human, but it's me observing the emotions that creates this better example for myself and for the peers around me. You create your own environment if you don't like the environment that you're in, but that's a whole different spiel. But the thing what I really wanted to talk about today is, before I drink this water, I will let you know. Toxic positivity. Why toxic positivity, and what makes positivity toxic? It's this broad statement that positive vibes only. That's what kind of gets me. It's just like, no. How are you going to understand the form of darkness in yourself? Carl Jung has this, not theory, but this concept called the shadow self. The shadow self is the unconscious part of your body. It's realizing the anger that's in you, the stress, the fear, everything around you that is continuously adapting, not positively or negatively, but continuously doing its part into your fucking brain. And I'm going to pull up a study. And if you guys don't know these words, because I had to fucking look them up myself, please do so. Again, do your own research. There was a study on when you don't express your feelings, they accumulate in your body. One study observed that emotional suppression caused increased sympathetic activation of the cardiovascular system in participants watching a movie. In other words, those who made an effort to appear calmer on the outside were much more stressed on the inside. Meaning that if you can, again, that's why I say I don't like bullshitting you guys, because there's people out there saying there's no weeds in my gardens. There's no weeds in my gardens. There's no weeds in my gardens, without facing the opposition, the thing that's right in front of their face. They continuously create this illusion as if they are going to avoid this confrontation, when this thing is going to continuously follow your back. It's going to shadow you. That's why Carl Jung called it the shadow self, because you're continuously knowing that you are digging yourself in a deep fucking hole. And it's horrible to see, and people that have done the shadow self can see right through it. That's why I don't try to play a facade, because I don't know who's watching this, and I don't want to God damn, I gotta stop saying that. I don't want to bullshit you guys. That's my example for the day. Like, I don't want to bullshit you guys, and at the end of the day, you can pause this, you can click, you can go back to the hub. It doesn't really matter. I'm here to serve you guys. I would love to be seen as an individual that helps cultivates thoughts. With cultivating thoughts is, I can't save someone who can't be saved, and I can't teach someone who doesn't want to be taught. taught. And one thing, I'm gonna make this a quick little episode, but one thing that we bullshit ourselves on is failure. We're scared of failure, but majority of the time we praise these failures. And I don't have this negative light on failure, but we praise failures like Jay-Z, like Kanye West, like Tyler the Creator, like all these different artists. But you might be saying, Abraham, those people are not failures. They're succeeding. Yes, they're succeeding because they never quit just because of the circumstances of their failures. I'm going to give you guys a little story. There was this, I went to the school, okay, let's call it Blanche McDonald, right? I went there for fashion marketing and design. I went there. I didn't like it, so I didn't put my energy into it. And I have inevitably failed at it. I told the dean, I was just like, I don't want to do this no more. This is my, like, this, it is creating my depression. It's creating my own sadness. And I can see myself wilt. I can see myself slowly died eternally. But I had to put this facade that I was happy going to school. I was happy doing this when I really wasn't. And again, this is anecdotal. If you go into school and you truly enjoy it, but there's an inevitable suffering, but that's really what you want to do, you have to do it. There's a Mark Manson quote that gets me every time. The avoidance of suffering is a form of suffering. The avoidance of struggle is a struggle. The denial of failure is a failure. Hiding what is shameful is itself a form of shame. I'm going to let you guys sit with that. Everything is a struggle. If I eat out continuously, that's going to create nothing but a struggle. Because then inevitably, I'm going to have to go to the gym. I go to the gym. I have to work out. I have to work my fucking ass out. Literally. Squats, you know. Pain is not, you can't avoid that pain. You can't avoid that pain of crossing the turf. The grass is never greener on the side. As corny and cliche as that sounds, the grass is never greener. It's always greener where you plant it. Wherever you put your energy. Negative or positive, whatever you feed, it will grow continuously. And I'm not here to shit on people that are attempting to create a better life, but I'm here for the people that are continuously confused. They're like, I'm doing as great as I can, as much as I can, and I'm very extremely proud of you. I just want to let you know that if you're out there, you gained that 50 pounds and you lost that 40, I'm proud of you. Our society sees success in the external form, like money, house, and all that thing, all those different things. But what wealth really is not the house, it's not the car, and it's not the bank. It's what you do without those things. We have to talk about this. We really have to talk about this, because avoiding failure is avoiding the lesson. Don't ask why me. Ask, what is this teaching me? You have to perceive these things in different angles. I wanted to stop working out because I didn't see the result right there and then. I've been working out for 2 years. And the second year, I finally started to see results. But we tend to quit on ourselves because we don't see it right there and then. We expect. And there's an old thought that says expectation is just a contract to your own demise, because you'll say, I'll be happy when this happens, I'll be happy when that happens, but you're never happy when you're in your present moment, when your past thoughts is your current moment, because your past thoughts are the only reason why you're here where you are today. So don't think of your failures as some fucking horrid thing and I'm such a failure. Because again, the difference between you and a successful person is that they didn't quit on what they did. And it's not like I'm acting like I know everything. I just know that I asked the right thing, or I asked for help. That's the best way you could do it. No one ever got this from not getting help. My boy, he's helping me right now for the greatness of his heart. He understands the mission, and I understand his mission, and we understand that there's going to be trials and tribulations. But what's easy, what comes easy, goes easy. So don't look for the easy shit out. Easy way out. Man, I'm not trying to preach to y'all, but I'm trying to embed this thought so you don't go out there thinking that just because someone fails doesn't mean make them a failure. What do you think practice is? Practice is literally failure to the fucking top-notch degree. We shit on people that fail. We continuously shit on people that fail. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. There's this girl that just participated in a 100-meter run. Her name is Sha'Carri Johnson. I could be completely wrong with the name, but let's call her that. Sha'Carri
Richardson.
She won her first run. We cheered her on. We're super supportive. And the last run, she lost. Go look at the social media, what they're saying. Oh, fuck this girl. Da 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 da. Fuck this girl. You guys are shitting on a woman that's attempting to go above and beyond herself. And this was just one failure. Now imagine someone who doesn't even have, being as prolific as her, attempting to do something. She had that confidence to come back and be like, no, I understand where I am, but that's never where I'm always going to be. It's not about your past or your future. And of course it's about your present, but it's with your present actions. This toxic positivity shit has us entitled to wanting the great things, scrolling down our social medias and expecting these things to come out of nowhere. I'm not expecting you guys to listen either. I'm not expecting you guys to like, share, and subscribe, which you guys should do. But I'm simply saying is that failure is the richest thing. It's richer than success. If you're continuously winning, what do you ever learn? I continuously have to adapt through this podcast, my business, myself, everything. You can never see the light without the darkness. You can never understand happiness without sadness. And I truly believe that everybody here that's watching this deserves a fucking Golden Globe or an Oscar for acting like you're happy. We bullshit ourselves. And that's why I always come back to this, because I gotta cultivate that inner bitch, because I understand that I have an inner bitch too. When I'm meditating and I have a different thought, oh, let's go do this, let's go do that, let's go do this. No, because I am the controller of my body. I don't know when I'm gonna die. Obviously, it's already written, but I don't know when I'm gonna die. But I know that I can create things that help other individuals gain some value before I do die, before I pass on to the other life. And even with that, the body dies, but the energy never does. This will still be written. This will be on YouTube, and you can see this. You can go back to it. I'll probably have a different perception on what this is, but toxic positivity creates entitled individuals because we give them certificates for participation. We ban people for having free thoughts. We don't allow people to be wrong. I'm going into this conversation to be wrong. I can be wrong, and that's the perception I have, but I'm simply speaking from my objective reality, my failures. I have failed. I have failed at this podcast. I didn't quit at this podcast. I risked something bigger than me, but the biggest risk is not risking something. For real. You have to sit back and understand why. Why are you really doing this? Are you trying to impress someone? Do your actions determine from someone else's thoughts? Are you scared? Here's the question I want to leave you guys for today. Are you scared of your own failure? Are you scared for your peers' thoughts on your failures? Because I am literally in script allowing people to see my ups and downs. I'm continuously adapting myself and learning. I am never married to my own thoughts, because then I come to conclusions and close the doors around me, because I'm going to be like, no, I already know that. No, I already know this. If I already knew everything, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here speaking to you. I wouldn't be attempting this podcast. I'm not even attempting. I'm doing this podcast. Here's another Mark Manson quote that's been in my fucking noggin for the craziest amount of time. I've read The Art of Not Giving a Fuck more of the times than I can remember. I've read it 2 times. But for real, every time I open that book, it's a new perception. So there's new words. There's new phrases. I was like, oh shit. All right, I see you. But here's the quote. We suffer for the simple reason that suffering is biologically useful. It is nature's preferred agent for inspiring change. We have evolved to always live with a certain degree of dissatisfaction and insecurity, because it's the mildly dissatisfied and insecure creature that's going to do the most work to innovate and survive. They never asked me to stand up and read in school, so don't shit on me now. They didn't ask for a reason. But besides that, you understand the point. You suffer when you don't do the things that you do, and you suffer when you do. So it's inevitable to not suffer. Failure is inevitable. We have to get that through our heads. People don't want to see the darkness that's within them, because they want to avoid that, because they feel as if they're a bad person because of it. And that's not the point. The point, I'm going to leave you guys with this today. The point is not to think positively, but to do positively. I'm going to repeat that shit. The point is to not think positively, but do positively. Dance, run, work out, draw, create your art, whatever that is. This is my therapy. Again, I am being vulnerable with you guys. Not because I want you guys to have some sympathy or empathy, but I want you guys to have some perspective. I am scared fucking shitless, but I still do it. Why? Because I know I'd hate myself for not doing this right now. I'm still growing. I understand that I'm 22 years old. What does this kid know? I understand failure. I understand suffering. I understand death at a very young age. I've been feeling emotions ever since I was like 7. I don't know. I didn't know how to curate it or correspond or coexist with myself. But I did when I became alone. And when I was alone, I created my most failures. But we don't fail. We live and we learn. There's no such thing as failure. The only L we ever take is learning, not losses. What did you learn today? What impact did you do for yourself? Again, success is not houses, cars, all those materialistic things. I've met a successful person that's just got the job that they wanted. It doesn't pay them millions of dollars, but they're happy. They're not comfortable because that's not where they stand. That's not where they're going to limit themselves. But they're comfortable that they even attempted to do it. And they knew, God damn it, they knew that they weren't bullshitting themselves. And this toxic positivity shit has to go out the window. Because pain, suffering is inevitable. So, as fucking strict as I was that podcast, I want to say I'm extremely grateful for you guys. And thank you. Make sure to share. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to review. And make sure to enjoy. Because as much I'm doing this as much for myself as for you guys. So thank you guys. Mind Voyage.